You are walking home at night. The streets are quiet. The last train has already passed. Most of the neighborhood is asleep. You take the same route you've taken hundreds of times before. Past the convenience store, past the intersection, past the old yellow house. And that's when you see her. A woman. Upstairs. Kneeling beside a window. Completely still. At first, you assume she's just sitting there. Maybe watching television. Maybe lost in thought. But something feels wrong. She's too still. So you stop walking and keep staring. Seconds pass. Then, slowly, unnaturally, her head turns toward you. You don't wait to see anything else. You keep walking. Fast. Then faster. The next day you tell someone what happened, and instead of laughing, they go quiet. Because they've seen her too. Tonight we are going to talk about the real house that many believe inspired Ju-on. Welcome to the podcast You Can't Unhear. Most people know Ju-on through its international title, The Grudge. One of Japan's most famous horror franchises. A story about a curse born from violence. A curse that spreads from person to person. A curse with no solution, no ritual, no escape. Once you're part of it, you're already too late. The original Ju-on film was released in 2000, made on a tiny budget, filmed in only a few days. Nobody expected it to become a cultural phenomenon. But after the films became popular, people started noticing something strange. The house in the story seemed very familiar. And eventually, rumors began spreading. What if Ju-on wasn't entirely fictional? What if there really had been a house? A house people had feared long before the movies existed. A house near Nagoya. A house locals simply called the Yellow House. The building stood near Jimokuji Station, on the outskirts of Nagoya. Nothing about it looked particularly special. It was just a two-story home, built on an awkward triangular plot of land, wedged between intersecting roads. But despite its ordinary appearance, people avoided it. Not years later. Not after the movies. Before the movies. Neighbours crossed the street rather than walk directly past it. Children were warned not to approach it. And people who lived nearby rarely spoke about it after dark. Because according to local stories, something terrible had happened there. Sometime during the 1980s, a married couple moved into the house. At first, nothing seemed unusual. Then neighbours began hearing arguments. Not occasional disagreements. Constant fighting. The kind that echoes through walls. The kind that makes people pause their television just to listen. Weeks became months. The arguments grew worse. Then one day, everything stopped. No shouting, no voices, no movement. Just silence. Eventually, authorities entered the house. And inside, they found both occupants dead. The details vary depending on who's telling the story. Some claim gambling debts destroyed the family. Others say financial problems pushed them beyond their limits. Some say one killed the other before taking their own life. Others say both died together. What everyone agrees on is that whatever happened inside that house ended violently. And in Japanese folklore, that's exactly the kind of death that leaves something behind. Now here's where the story becomes much stranger. According to local accounts, 2 police officers responded to the scene. Neither one was ever the same afterward. One allegedly suffered a complete psychological collapse. The other reportedly spent years receiving psychiatric treatment. What did they see? Nobody knows. No public report explains it. No official statement survives. Just the story. 2 officers walked into the house, and whatever happened inside followed them out. The woman in the window. Years passed. The house was sold. New residents moved in, then moved out. Then others arrived, then left. Nobody stayed very long. Some reported strange sounds. Others claimed they felt watched. Some experienced severe anxiety. But one detail kept appearing. Again, and again, and again. The upstairs window. Specifically, the window on the upper left side of the house. People described seeing a woman. Always the same woman. Pale skin, long dark hair, kneeling near the glass. Completely motionless. What makes the stories unsettling isn't that people claim to see a ghost. It's that they described the same ghost. The same window. The same position. The same appearance. Across different years. Different witnesses. People who never met each other. One witness drove past the house with 2 friends. At first, he thought the figure was a mannequin. Then all 3 realized it wasn't. The woman appeared to be staring outward, not moving, not blinking, just watching. Then, slowly, her head turned toward their car. All 3 saw it. And all 3 left immediately. The voices. Other stories followed. Late at night, neighbors reported hearing conversations coming from inside. Not loud, not clear enough to understand. Just voices. The sound of 2 people talking, arguing, repeating the same patterns. Almost as if some invisible recording kept replaying. Night after night. Year after year. Others heard footsteps upstairs. Slow footsteps. Walking back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. Patient. Like somebody waiting. Then there were the stories from Obon, the annual Japanese festival, when many believe the boundary between the living and the dead becomes thinner. Teenagers would dare each other to enter the house. Most refused. A few went in. According to local stories, those who entered often came running back out, screaming, crying, begging for help. Some claimed they were attacked. Others refused to explain what happened. And in several versions of the story, Even responding officers appeared visibly shaken, running through the property, shouting into empty rooms, demanding to know who was there, even though nobody else could see anyone. Maybe the strangest part of all is that the house no longer exists. It was demolished years ago. Today, the location is just a parking lot. People park their cars there, check their phones, go about their day. Many have absolutely no idea what once stood on that small, triangular piece of land, or why people were once afraid to walk past it. Maybe the stories were exaggerated. Maybe every witness influenced the next. Maybe the woman in the window never existed. Or maybe something really was left behind. After all, Japan takes these stories seriously enough that properties associated with violent deaths have their own legal classification. A reminder that sometimes what happened in a place matters. Even years later, even after the building is gone. And maybe that's why Ju-on became so terrifying. Because deep down, the scariest part isn't the ghost. It's the possibility that some places never truly forget what happened inside them. And if you ever find yourself walking home late at night, past an old house, and you notice somebody watching from an upstairs window, maybe don't look too long, because they might look back. Have a good night, guys. And I'll see you on the next episode of the podcast You Can't Unhear.